this is a little bizarre. I got a package addressed to me, sent to my parents' house? What is this?
Dear air quotes, Mayor Aaron, this figure is a gift from yours truly, the Exclaimer. And this gift isn't just for you, it's for all the residents of LJV, because it will be the future mayor of LumberJillville.
Whoa! Legends 15 Stacy Keibler. This is a strangely nice gift.
What's going on?
Oh, hey Co-Mayor Alexa. You know that creep that kidnapped Diva Marie? Well, apparently he has a name, and it is the Exclaimer. Also, he sent me a gift.
The Exclaimer? What a dumb name. And why would he send you a gift?
Well, supposedly this is supposed to be the next mayor of LumberJillville. But hey, I'll tell you what, ain't nobody forcing me to put this figure in the magic cabinet and bring her to life, okay? What the...
When you return home to LJV, you must use the magic cabinet to bring the Stacy figure to life. Then you will appoint Stacy the new mayor of LJV. You have 1 week from today to do this. If you fail to do so, you will never see Diva Marie again.
Ah, well, frick! Looks like there is going to be a new mayor of LumberJillville soon.
At least they didn't mention me resigning as co-mayor.
Oh, well, this is awkward. Yeah, right here it says, P.S. Co-Mayor Alexa must step down as well. Oh, so it looks like our reign as mayor and co-mayor has about 1 week left.
Or we could just let him keep Diva Marie, and we don't step down.
Oh, no, that's not even an option. Listen, we love Diva Marie, and I'm sure you do too. Okay, well, let's just review this figure while we're at it, okay? We'll figure everything else out when we get back to LumberJillville. But hey, at least we have Robo-Taminas protecting LumberJillville while we're out of town.
Hello, Mayor Aaron. Did you summon us?
What are you doing here? Oh, oh boy. Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Well, sort of LumberJillville. As I mentioned in the intro, I am visiting my parents' house a few states away, so I do apologize if today's video quality is a little different. Hopefully I brought enough equipment to give us a good up-close look at the future mayor of LJV. Unless I can stop it, Legend Series 15, Stacy Keibler. Now I am excited to take a closer look at this figure, honestly, and I think it's pretty cool that we do have a, WCW themed women's wrestling figure. She was known as Miss Hancock in WCW. I'm at my parents' house. It's awkward. But yeah, so I'm excited. Now, side note, I will be back in LJV in a few days, and I do have Basic Series 133 Natty waiting for me, so look for that review soon. But for now, let's take a closer look at this Stacy. Alright, so starting off with the packaging here. Now, this is the second time we've gotten a female in the Legends line. We just got China released in the Legends line, so it is nice to have another female included. So taking a closer look at the packaging, this packaging is very classy, very unique, and I love it. So what's really cool about it too is it is a higher quality, in my opinion, than the boxes that we started getting in Elite Series 89. And what I mean by that is this is kind of the old style Elite box as far as quality goes, as far as cardboard thickness. It just feels more durable, has some more heft to it, I guess, compared to that new style Elite box with the cardboard being real flimsy. But here we definitely have that good quality here. We have an image of Stacy on the front, that same image on the side, and that same image once again on the other side, a little bit of overkill, and that same image on the back. So here in this little bio, it says she's got legs and she knows how to use them. First strutting onto the scene in WCW as Miss Hancock. I'm really surprised they put that on the box, honestly. She appeared in unforgettable rivalries before joining the Alliance when they invaded WWE. After arriving, she managed some of the top superstars in WWE, helping lead several to championship glory. So yeah, she was a manager at this time, and she was known as Miss Hancock, which was, yes, a play of words, you know, very cringy play of words at the time. So I'm really surprised they released this figure, and I'm really surprised that they said Miss Hancock on the back of the box. But either way, let's open it up and take a closer look. Alright, so usually this part of the video, I have a little turntable the figure sits on, and I talk about what the attire is from. However, I do not have the turntable with me, so we'll just go right into what the attire is from before we cover the accessories. Now, this attire is from the February 28th, 2000 edition of Monday Nitro, where she came out during a match, briefly spoke, and then danced on the commentary table. That's right, at this time in her career, that's what she was known for, coming out, saying, hit my music, and then dancing on the table. Now, I did notice some things as we transition to the accessories that kind of doesn't make sense as far as part choices. So, in that gimmick, Miss Hancock, when she would kind of go crazy and start dancing, she would have her hair up with her glasses on, right? Then she would throw her glasses off, let her hair down just like this, and she would dance. However, I'm pretty sure just from looking at it, and we'll get into the accessories here, just by looking at it, I don't think these glasses fit on the head sculpt that has the ponytail, the high bun. So that kind of defeats the purpose, honestly, because whenever she had her hair down, she really didn't wear the glasses. So, yeah. Anyway, going to the accessories here. We have this little clipboard accessory, which is definitely cool. I love whenever we get little unique accessories like this. I can always include them in my intro videos and whatnot. So this clipboard's definitely cool. It's blank, so use your imagination, make it whatever you want. That's definitely cool. She comes with 2 pointer fingers, and oh my... Okay, I thought that was a finger. I thought that was her finger there. Oh boy, I about that looked like something else. But, yeah, okay, so she comes with 2 pointer fingers, and these are pretty cool. Now, they are like a rubbery type material that we've kind of seen, like in that Scarlet figure, and we just saw this recently at Stephanie McMahon. So it does have some flexibility and pliability, but what's cool about this is it's going to be real hard to see, but if you look real close, I don't know if we can get a good image here, the nails are long, so that's definitely a nice little touch there to make them unique to her. And then, obviously, we do get these glasses. Now, the glasses do look a little silly, as glasses usually do in figure form, right? But like I mentioned, these should technically be able to fit on this head that has that high bun. She'd come out looking all professional like that, then she'd throw her glasses out, let down her hair, and then we'd have this Stacy. So actually, let's transition here and look at the head, faces, and figure out and solve where these glasses can fit. Alright, so before we take an up-close look at both head sculpts, I am, and I'm happy to say this, I am wrong about the glasses. So obviously you can see that there's little slots on the hair down where the glasses can slide right in, and even though this isn't really historically accurate with how she wore them, right, with the hair down, I am happy to say that looking at the alternate sculpt here with the bun, it seems like there's little slots for the glasses, so the glasses probably look fine on this sculpt. But we'll get to that here in 1 second. First, let's take a closer look at the hair down sculpt here. So, I'll be honest, looking at this figure in person, it actually looks a lot more like Stacy Keibler than I expected. When I first saw images, they kind of looked generic for me, right? It kind of looked like a generic female sculpt and scan, but I am happy to say that in hand, it actually really does look like Stacy. I also like that the color blonde that they went with is kind of an off blonde, kind of a darker blonde, and it makes it look a lot more realistic than just doing a straight yellow, right, that we've seen time and time again. So, I think with the hair coloration, obviously I always like to see roots or little streaks or something to make the hair look more realistic, but with women's wrestling figures we haven't really gotten that much yet, so I think with what they did here it looks just fine with that blonde. Now, this is not the sculpt or the scan that I prefer out of the two, and I'm going to do a little switch. So you just pop the head off, which it actually came off real easily there. And this alternate head she comes with is, okay, here we go. Okay, it just slides right on there. Let me make sure. Okay, the alternate head that she comes with is the more iconic Stacy at the time of this gimmick, in my opinion. And looking at it, once again, just like the hair down, it looks just like Stacy. It really does. It looks great. And I really like this hair sculpt. I think the high bun is definitely cool, and I love the bangs coming down. And like I previously mentioned, with the glasses here, if you move the front bang and slide the glasses under it. Boy, this is like, okay. And then you slide it over the other side. There are little notches, little alleyways for the glasses arms to sit. And there you have it. So the glasses do fit on this head sculpt really well. So yeah, talking about the face scan and head sculpt, I think they did a tremendous job here. And I'm so glad that the glasses do fit on the sculpt with the bangs coming down. I was a little worried at first, but they do fit great. Alright, so moving on now to the body sculpt and the attire, I have to say they did a tremendous job with part choices and sculpting here. So obviously Stacy was known for her very long legs. She had beautiful legs, and they really did capture that well in this figure. And I was worried that they were going to go overboard with how long the legs were, and it was going to end up looking like a alien or like an avatar or something. But they did a great job here with the legs, and it definitely looks like how she did at the time, and it really does portray how she looked. So I think that's definitely cool. Now the one thing I am going to point out that isn't very good is she is wearing heels, mind you, and heels are always a little difficult to balance, and there's no peg holes on the bottom, so she cannot slide into a display stand very easily, and that's kind of a letdown there. So I worry about this figure standing on shelves. It could be a domino figure in my collection, right, where it just knocks all of them over. But anyway, taking a closer look at the upper body first here. So we have this soft plastic piece that is glued down the center there, so it's not removable, but it is a separate piece than what's underneath. It's got the white collar, which is very iconic to how she looked at the time. It's got molded on pockets on it, and it fits her really nice. You know, sometimes with these over top, you know, suit jacket pieces, they look really bulky, especially on the female figures, but here it fits her perfectly, looks really good. It's even tapered in a little bit at the waist, and then the arms are a molded type plastic material to make it look like a sleeve of the suit. Looks great. Moving on down to her skirt. So obviously, you know, the skirts that she wore were very short. Now let's see if she was in high school, she would pass the fingertip test. So when you put your hands at your side, if the skirt was shorter than your fingertips, you had to change. And you know what? Stacy did not pass the high school fingertip skirt test, which means that she definitely fit in late WCW and early WWE. Yay! Okay, anyway. So the skirt's definitely cool. It's this soft rubber type material. Fits her nice, and like I said, it's the perfect length. And for all you weirdos out there, like, I'm not trying to be weird, but I'm just telling you, like, she's wearing black bottoms underneath. So there, she's wearing plain black bottoms underneath. So anyway, moving on here. She just has nothing painted on the legs here, and going on down to her feet, she's wearing these high heels that are molded on there. And yeah, they look really good. So real quick before we cover articulation, I do want to see how it stands because I have issues with figures and heels. Now we are on a pillowcase here, so we'll see what we can do. And oh boy, I think this is going to be a Brandy Rhodes AEW Unrivaled Series 1 situation. But okay, we got her standing. But yeah, as far as the body sculpt and the attire itself goes, I think they did tremendous here. Alright, so moving on to articulation, starting with this head, as far as that bun sculpt goes, it has really good articulation. I am first and foremost going to say that it does sit on that ball joint really good and nice and snug, at least on my figure it does. Sometimes with those swappable heads, we'll see the head barely sitting on that ball, but it does fit on there pretty darn nicely. So she can look right, she can look left, didn't mean to mess her glasses up, she can look down a little bit, and she can look up. So honestly, out of all the figures I've ever reviewed, this might have the best head articulation as far as female figures go. It definitely has a wide range here. The shoulders on a ball joint can move in all different directions here. It has an upper arm swivel. She has double jointed elbows, which is awesome. The wrist can swivel. It can also extend and flex. Now, I'm sure underneath this suit she has that upper torso crunch side bending, and you can kind of feel it, but it is hard to see obviously because she has this, you know, molded piece here. But she does seem to have that underneath there, and her waist can turn there. She has that swivel at the waist. And as far as her legs go, she has pretty darn good range of motion considering she's wearing a skirt. So because it's that soft rubber material, it doesn't inhibit her range of motion too much, so it's perfect. She has an upper thigh swivel, it's kind of hidden there. She has double jointed knees, she can really flex those back. And then the feet can plantar flex down and dorsiflex up, and I'm happy to say they don't rock too much side to side, which makes it a lot more easy to stand her up than if that foot did rock all over the place. And here's one last look at WWE Legend Series 15, Stacy Keibler. Alright, so overall, you have WWE Legend Series 15, Stacy Keibler, an overall score of a 9 out of 10. This figure is excellent. There's definitely a lot of attention to detail that went into this figure, and I think it's pretty freaking amazing. You know, I think my biggest complaint and gripe has nothing to do with the figure. It's the choice to even make this gimmick at all. I mean, I was scratching my head when I first saw it. Like, why would you highlight such a low point as far as how women were represented on TV with Miss Hancock at the time? That's kind of a weird decision that they made, and I wasn't a big fan of it. But honestly, it was a part of history. It's a part of women's wrestling history, and it just shows how far the women have come. And Stacy Keibler, you know, eventually she would drop this gimmick and she would even wrestle a little bit. So I think it is cool that we definitely get our first Stacy Keibler figure. I really am a big fan of that. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of this Miss Hancock gimmick, the fact that we did get it represented in such a good way with so much attention to detail does make this figure a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Thanks for stopping by my parents' house or LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all women's wrestling figures, make sure to hit subscribe and become an official resident of LJV today. Also, to save 10% at ringsidecollectibles.com, use coupon code LJV. I also have a store over on Pro Wrestling Tees/LumberJillville, so check out our merch. Now, that being said, I'll be back in LJV in a few days, and that basic 133 natty is waiting for me. So stay tuned, that review will be up soon. Have a great night, y'all.